good one. 1, 2, 3, 4.
The Spirit of love is upon me. Oh, 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 I used to think that I had to. I used to think that I should. The scriptures taught me that I had to be good. Now I love cause I want to. I love because I am free. Blinded by the Spirit, oh yeah. The Spirit of love is upon me. Oh, 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 I don't need any running. I don't need any law. I want to sing with all my heart. Spirit is my all and all. I let go with my burden. Love and Spirit has made me free. Blinded by the Spirit, oh yeah. The Spirit of God is upon me. Oh, the Spirit of love 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 is upon me. Oh, I thought it was my duty. I thought it was my job. Somewhere I believe the loving Spirit is hard. The loving Spirit is wonderful. Love and Spirit is ecstasy. I thank Spirit for my freedom, oh yeah. The Spirit of God is upon me. Oh, the Spirit of love 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 is upon me. Oh. Everybody make a joyful noise. Everybody make a joyful noise. You know how to make a joyful noise. Clap your hands and lift your voice. Everybody make a joyful noise. Everybody lift your voice in song. Everybody lift your voice in song. Come on, lift your voice in song. You can do it, sing along. Everybody lift your voice in song. Everybody clap on 2 and 4. Everybody clap on 2 and 4. Clap your hands on 2 and 4. Make it louder, give it more. Everybody clap on 2 and 4. Living your life big's the way to go. Living your life big is the way to go. Living big is the way to go. Give it up, just let it flow. Living your life big's the way to go. We joyful noise. We clap our hands and lift our voice. We intend to make a joyful noise. We intend to make a joyful noise. We intend to make a joyful noise.
Yes. All right, good morning, good morning. Yes, thank you. Moving on up to the front row. Yeah, I was going to say, do I have to say something again this week? I promise I don't bite. Come on down. All right, so good morning, Ahava Center for Spiritual Living. Let's give some love for our band. Joe Cinquina, music director, also on bass and vocals. We got Lauren Dechtenberg on keys and vocals. Mr. John Diddard on percussion. Our featured vocalist today, Miss Tina Fondren. Yes. And Mr. Jeff Watts on sound, making us all sound good. Thank you, Jeff. Ahava is the Hebrew word for love. And we gather every Sunday knowing that love is... That's right. I'm Reverend Rainbow, so grateful to serve as your spiritual director and welcome you here on this glorious fall morning. Isn't it beautiful, y'all? If you're watching and you do not live here in Kentucky, I have to tell you, it is just a beautiful fall day. All of a sudden this weekend, it seemed like the trees went bang, hello, I'm here. And every time I drive, I'm just like, wow, wow. Okay, focus. All right, I'm safe. All right, so who are we? We are a conscious community committed to curiosity so that we may provide a loving space to be reminded of the truth of who we are. We are an open and affirming community. So whoever you are and wherever you are on your spiritual path of discovery, know that you are absolutely welcome here. Yes. And if you're joining us online, thank you for being a part of our global virtual community. And make sure to hit that like, share, subscribe button, even if you're in the room. We invite you to take out your phones, take pictures, take videos, check in, let your friends and family on social media know where you're at and where the love is today. Okay. If you are a guest joining us for the first time, we especially welcome you here today and want to give you some special love. Is there anyone here for the first time? I don't think there's a few people that are here for the second time or we haven't seen in a while, so welcome back. Yes. Give yourself some love. You know, if you come once, you're here with the love. If you come twice, 3 times, we know you're actually interested. So thanks for coming back. Stick around after service, have some coffee, have some tea, and let us get to know you a little bit more. Now, we are so grateful because we would not be here without all of the hearts and hands that come together to create this service. So we always like to take a moment to acknowledge all of our volunteers, those of you who give of your time, your talent, and your treasure. So if you're one of our volunteers, give yourself a little pat on the back. Everyone, give them some love. Yes, thank you, thank you. Everyone from our camera to those with the youth to those making coffee and cleaning up afterwards. It takes a village, and we are so glad that you are part of our community. We have a fabulous vision and purpose here, and I invite you to repeat after me. We are an inclusive community. Committed to global transformation through personal evolution. And our purpose, let's do it together. Wake up, step up, and make a difference. Yes. Today's affirmation, I'll say once, and then you can repeat and affirm along with me. I release what no longer serves me. I am free. I release what no longer serves me. I am free. Yes, beautiful. So let us take a deep breath. And we're going to move now into our time of centering. And our opening prayer this morning is going to be led by our practitioner, Louise Talon. Following that, we have the opportunity to hear another excerpt from Lisa Wood's play, which is coming up this Friday night. So Lisa will go right into that with another sharing of her reading. So taking a deep breath.
In this place, my see. All the joy, all the peace, carry me, carry me, carry me, oh, carry me. In this place, love abides. Holy light, surrender me. All the joy, all the peace, carry me. Carry me, carry me, oh, carry me.
So in this moment, I do indeed know that I am carried by the one life, one power, one presence, one essence, knowing that it is all there is, everywhere present in all of its fullness, in all people everywhere who are deserving of self-determination, of peace, of love, of freedom. And that one outpictures as that, and we remember that. We remember that those with whom we agree and those with whom we do not agree are fully human. All of them. The parts we like, the parts we don't like, are fully human. And we come here to remember that humanity is one life, one universal family, united in that love and as that love. And wherever one suffers, all suffer, that there is no freedom unless all are free. And so we know that this morning, that we are dedicated to freeing ourselves in all the ways that we oppress ourselves and all the ways we oppress each other, in undoing those systems that deny people life and love and freedom and peace, because we all deserve and know that it is the truth of each of us that we are magnificent, holy, blessed beings. And so I bless this day. I bless the words of our beloved minister. I bless the sounds of our musicians. I bless all that happens, knowing that it happens just as it will, and that we need not do anything to make an effort to make it happen. It simply is. And knowing that, I allow it to be by saying, and so it is.
All the joy, all the peace, carry me, carry me, carry me, oh, carry me.
I'm Lisa Woods. This is an excerpt from Thread and Bone. Tattoo. My sister's tattoo was full color, larger than my hand, a swallow swooping toward 2 hibiscus flowers. Jessica said it was from a painting she saw, and she picked it because the hibiscus flowers reminded her of the island, and the swallow reminded her of the song, "His eye is on the sparrow." The tattoo cradled her lower back like a lover's hand, as if to say, "This is mine." My sister had a tramp stamp. I was horrified and fascinated and incredibly jealous. For a long time, my younger sister and I were the only ones in our family who knew about the tattoo. It's hard to take a body across state lines, so we brought only ashes back to Kentucky. There is a place in the deepest pit of my stomach that remembers constantly How my mother never got to say goodbye to her daughter's face. How my father never got to see the tattoo he would have hated so much. That part of me shrinks away into the darkest basement corner of my body, wondering constantly why I didn't insist we wait for our folks to arrive. Why I didn't say, where are you taking her, or how will we find her again? 6.5 hours from Frankfurt to Chicago isn't long. We could have stayed at the hospital. We could have just stayed there until they arrived, but we went home. And I put a plastic bag of Jessica's clothes into a corner, and I didn't open it for 1.5 years. My younger sister and I cleaned blood off our floor and waited for our parents to arrive. My sister's tattoo was only a few weeks old. My sister was 27. I want to carve her name into my bones. I want to cradle her body in my arms and sing it a lullaby. I want to wrap my memory around her and say, this is mine. I want to forgive her for leaving me. Dear Jessica, one day, I want to forgive you for leaving.
I've served a full life sentence as a prisoner of my past, as a victim of a victim of a victim. Seems my parents left traps that held me fast, and they still catch me even when I think I'm a victim. Well, I have blamed them, I have fought them, but I've never understood. All they really did was did the best they could. Is there a way to rise above? If I look at them with love, no, I look at them for honest in the face. Can I make my peace at last with the pieces of my past and enfold them in forgiveness's embrace, and enfold them in forgiveness's embrace. Oh, I forgive my parents for the things they could not be. I forgive my valiant lovers for not completing me. And the hardest thing of all now, I forgive myself the sin of not being all I planned and all I thought. I can make my peace at last with the pieces of my past and enfold them in forgiveness. His embrace. Some call it wisdom, and some just call it grace. When we make our peace at last with the pieces of our past, and enfold them in forgivenesses and praise, and enfold them, I will enfold them. Now I enfold them, and forgivenesses and praise. Yes. So let's take a breath again. Just moving the energy already that has been, I don't know if that's going to mess the speaker, present already through the music and the reading, the sharing. Already just opening our heart, yes. So it's still October, and we have 5 weeks that we get to look at this theme, bountiful living. And here at Ahava, we call October Rocktober, because we have the opportunity to rock our prosperity. So what do I mean by prosperity? Well, we started the month by looking at this idea of prosperity and redefining it a bit. So, when we talk about prosperity, we are talking about the wholeness of life, experiencing the flow and the abundance of good in all areas of our life. And if you look back to the Latin root of the word prosperity, it actually translates to according to hope, or to go forward hopefully. And we see that it's more of a way of being and less about the condition or experience of having money. So it's a way of experiencing life, of moving through life with a hopeful expectancy. Prosperity isn't something that you acquire, rather it's a way of living, a lifestyle, a way of thinking that pulls us forward with hope. And when I say hope, again, to be clear, I'm not talking about the kind of hope that I hope of like wanting from a place of lack, I hope this happens. Instead, what we discovered is that the literal definition of hope is to cherish a desire with anticipation. The Old English word hopian refers to a positive expectation. So, how do we walk through the world with an abundance mindset, with this hopeful expectation of the good that is coming? And it takes work, because we are in a world that is constantly reminding us of lack and limitation. In fact, the whole industry of marketing is based on this idea that scarcity sells. And if you're driven by the fear of you might not get it, there's not enough, then you want it. So we want to kind of flip that script instead to walk in the world from the truth that we live in an abundant world. We can see it as nature all around us reminds us of the abundant nature of life. So instead of being driven from this lack or this scarcity, which also leads towards greed and hoarding, and again, it's all just kind of made up.
let us not forget what has value. We make it up as humans, as a collective. So what would it be to instead affirm and stand in the recognition of abundance and to be in that flow of life such that when we have, we give, and we are open to receive? A big part of this equation we talked about the second week is giving and receiving, being in that flow. Are you open to receive, or does it feel like you're always giving because we are told that it's better to give than to receive? But that can also lend towards giving out of a place of should, which then can lead to resentment. And if there's no one open to receive, then when we're giving, it's like an unbalanced equation, right? We need the one and the other. We talked about this kind of infinity sign representing the flow of giving and receiving and circulation. So therefore, we're looking at the things that we desire in our life, whether it be in our relationships, in our finances, in our health, in all areas of our life, creativity. How can we get in right relationship with reciprocity, with being in the flow of giving and receiving? For truly, we do not know that we have something until we give it. So what would it be like to be in that flow and trust and know that as the abundant life that surrounds us is always pouring upon us infinite blessings and good, that as we open to receive that, we extend that to others, that it is an infinite cycle of flow. And then last week, we had a lot of fun with this attitude of gratitude, right? And we talked about what you appreciate appreciates. So many fun little one-liners that hopefully stuck with you throughout the week and invited you to move into a place of noticing the good. Again, the world will show us all that's lacking and tell us that we are not enough, that there is not enough. We are the ones that can choose what we focus on, what we put our attention on, and to shift that perspective in order to see and to know the wholeness and the abundance and the infinite nature of life. And then you begin to notice that what you focus on begins to have a greater resonance in your life, and then you start to notice it everywhere. So what you focus on expands. What you appreciate appreciates. And gratitude is truly the great magnifier and multiplier of that good. So that leads us to today's conversation, a place that goes deep into our hearts as we touch on this idea of forgiveness. With today's topic, what's forgiveness got to do with it? So, Emmett Fox, the spiritual philosopher, says, if your prayers continue to remain unanswered, unforgiveness may be the cause. So isn't it interesting to look at how unforgiveness may be related to manifesting our desires, how it can be related to this flow of good, including money in our lives. The prosperity teacher, Edwin Gaines, she teaches that financial debt is related to unforgiveness. And in the Lord's Prayer, Jesus taught us to forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. Isn't it interesting, this language even, financial language of debt? So how can we allow this idea of forgiving ourselves and others, our debtors, to open us up, open our heart to see places that perhaps we are holding on to things that may be actually blocking our flow of good? And when we think of the idea of debt, yes, it refers to money in today's world, but also a debt can represent something that feels incomplete, right? Unresolved, that there's still energy attached to something or someone or some situation from our past that feels unresolved. And so when we are unwilling to forgive ourselves or others, we are hanging on to that energy, which then keeps us still energetically tethered to that experience. And what we are here to be and to express is complete freedom. Ernest Holmes, the founder of the Science of Mind teaching, one of the core what we believe statements is complete emancipation, complete freedom of all discord, that we truly believe that this is possible for all life, all of humanity. And so we have to start right here by looking at the ways that we have perhaps been mentally hanging on to certain pain or debts, whatever they may be, emotional debts, financial debts, that is still in our mental and, spiritual and maybe even physical presence. So forgiveness is that path to allow us to free ourselves from those resentments and regards and to find the inner peace that is the true nature of our being, to experience the freedom that is the true nature of our being. And it is a sacred act. It is a practice, a human practice that allows us to free ourselves and the other and to remember who we truly are, which is love. So forgiveness is one of our tools that allows us to continue to move forward on our path of evolution and not be stuck or weighed down in the past, carrying the burdens into the present, because what we know is all we have is this present moment, which then becomes the next moment. So how often are we carrying the past into the present, which then becomes our future? Forgiveness liberates us from the chains of our past. And when we harbor resentments, we remain anchored to what was rather than opening ourselves to what could be. And the past becomes that anchor tethering us and holding us back from only experience a certain amount of freedom and opportunity. Holding us back from the opportunity of the present moment and the promise and hope and possibility of the future. It's as if we are trying to drive forward while continuously looking in the rearview mirror. We wouldn't get very far, at least not safely. Forgiveness, however, does allow us to shift our gaze from the past to the limitless horizons of this now moment. Forgiveness, or unforgiveness rather, can act as a stranglehold on our thoughts, on our emotions, and often we feel that in our physical bodies, the tension, the stress, the anxiety, the burden of what we're holding on to. It's literally like we tighten our grip around this negative energy or this story, preventing the free flow of the good and the abundance. It's like thinking about a pipe and how water flows through the pipe. But then when debris gets in there, you have to clean the pipe, or else, even though the water is there and wanting to flow through, less and less can get through. It gets gunked up. So we can think of forgiveness as like our spiritual Drano, of cleaning those pipes and allowing the good and the abundance to flow freely through us. And money, specifically finances, is definitely a place where we can hold a lot of judgments, We can judge ourselves, we can judge others, and it just becomes this whole world of thoughts and opinions around what we should or shouldn't be doing with money. So I want to be clear as we start to talk a little bit more about this in the lens of money and self-forgiveness. I want to just be clear a little bit more about what I mean by forgiveness. So forgiveness is we're not asking God to forgive us. It's not something that is up to some external presence, some God in the sky to do. You don't need to ask God for forgiveness because God is right here. God, life, spirit, universe, whatever word works for you, it is the allness of life. It is all that there is. It is the very source energy back of all things that is the essence of who we are. And therefore, there is no God out there to then forgive us. The practice of forgiveness and self-forgiveness is our own inner work. So it looks more like a willingness to surrender, a willingness to let go of our righteousness, our ego, to atone, to be willing to hold that space within our heart for our own missteps from a place of love. Not a place of shame or blame. We are all human. We make mistakes. It is part of our humanity. So how can we allow that power of love to wash over us, to heal and to clear the gunky debris within us, to allow self-compassion, and to know that we are one with the whole. So even though our own mind may say, I don't know how, we can open up to something greater, which is that flow of life of Spirit of God, to move through us and to make a way when we might not perhaps know a way. But if we are willing, we can open that space for something to shift within our heart, to shift within our being, and simply just be willing to let go and to see something new. And here's another important realization around forgiveness that, often the reason we want to hold on to things so tight is because we are afraid that forgiving would actually mean that we are saying what someone else did to us is acceptable. But it's not about condoning the actions of others. In fact, it is all about setting ourselves free. It's declaring that I am free. I am free from the effects of what you did to me, and I release myself in order to move forward on my path. I release you to go and be you and cut and break those energetic chains that bind us. The act of forgiveness aligns us with that universal flow of good and abundance, and the more that we are free to experience and therefore then see and feel and notice all the good around us. But when we're hanging on to resentments, to self-judgments, to the past, that's what we will begin to see more and more of, and there will continue to be more and more evidence to then prove to ourselves, see, that's true. But if we're willing to let go and to see something new, and even though our mind cannot conceive of what it may be, we can turn to nature. We can look at something that raises our vibration to that of pure abundance and joy. And then just simply let go and be open to experience something new, to see something new. So this all sounds great, right? I'm sure you're like, yes, I want more of that. And yet, why is it so hard? Why is it so hard to forgive? Well, again, it can feel like if we forget, or if we forgive, we will forget, that we will then somehow become vulnerable, and not in the kind of healthy vulnerability that comes with authenticity and boundaries. But, there's a fear that if we forgive and forget, perhaps things and people that have hurt us in the past, that we may become vulnerable or susceptible to then being hurt again. So here's the nuance, right? What would it be like to actually let go of the resentment and the judgment of the past, but yet take with us the growth and the learning from that experience, which looks like the healthy boundaries, which looks like the self-love, so that we know now that we can stand up for ourselves, that we can advocate for ourselves, and to embrace a sacred no. To look at what is occurring in our life and to know that we can take with us always the evolution of consciousness and the growth that we've experienced from anything in the past that may have been a painful, harmful, hurtful experience, but allow the transformation of who we are today to move us forward in a new way, so we don't have to keep experiencing those same patterns. So it's not necessarily like forgive and forget and then, kind of walk in the world in a naive, vulnerable state, but it's letting go of the resentment and hurt, but taking with us instead the strength and the awareness and the love and the knowingness of who we are, so that we can set the healthy boundaries and experience the world differently. To be open, to have our heart be open to love again, even after a heartbreak. So true forgiveness doesn't mean forgetting or condoning another's wrongdoing, and it doesn't mean that their actions were acceptable or justified. What would it be like to even kind of move into, it is what it is, kind of acceptance of what occurred without justifying the behavior, right? And the reason that we forgive has nothing to do with anyone else. It is truly for our own healing, our own transformation and growth. It is a deep and conscious process. And, there's several phases. Just like most spiritual growth, we talk about this kind of idea of an onion and peeling another layer of the onion. And, I thought I healed that, but here this comes up again, So we have to be willing in this process of true forgiveness to go deep and first uncover the impact of the injustice that has occurred and to feel all of our feelings around it, all the way through to completion. Because if we just simply say, I forgive, I let go, without actually noticing, that hurt, and this is the impact, and being willing to process the emotions of the hurt and the anger and the justice and whatever it may be, it's just like, putting icing over a bomb by saying, I forgive you, without actually doing the work. So we're not talking about that. We are doing the advanced course here, y'all. We're talking about going deep and being willing to look at it, to acknowledge the impact, to feel our feelings, and get whatever support that we need, whether it be with therapy, with a practitioner, with classes and workbooks and books. And there's so many resources on doing forgiveness work. So I invite you just to look and research and find the opportunities. See what resonates for you, right? To move through this process of acknowledging the impact, of feeling our feelings, and then making the conscious decision to let go and to be willing to forgive. Or be willing to be willing. To be willing. Holding on to the blame and the judgment, whether it be for ourselves or others, that in itself is what creates the suffering because it is incongruent with the wholeness of life, with the spiritual principle of oneness. So if we harbor this, resentment or this ill will towards another, when we know that we are all truly one, it will always still be within our energetic space. So if we desire to experience the freedom and the peace and the flow of life and the abundance of life, the aliveness, the bounty, the freedom, the creativity of life, we are invited to look at where perhaps we can let go of our resentments and our judgments. So I want to do a little work, a little process this morning on this related to finances. And this is often a place where many of us, whether we are in right relationship with the flow of finances and feel like, yeah, that's I've got that area of my life handled, there's still, I would imagine, moments or things from the past that may have an opportunity to be cleared. And if not personally, definitely on the collective. So I invite you now just to imagine, if you want to close your eyes, if that's comfortable for you, but we're going to do a little process here, and I want you to just imagine a beautiful fire. And allow this fire, these flames, to consume and transform and transmute the memories, the thoughts, and the beliefs around money that no longer serve. Think about a belief you may have around lack, perhaps around greed. Is this a belief, a judgment about yourself or others? Maybe you feel like you have not been as generous as you would like to be. Throw that into the fire. Any ways that you have misused money, mishandled your finances, again, not from a place of shame. We are healing. We are throwing it into this fire, this flame that will consume and transmute all energies, all misuse of money. Inviting into your heart and mind any ways that perhaps you have used money as a substitute for love, or felt that others have used money for the substitute of love for you. Throw that into the fire. Release it, let go, allow it to be consumed. Any times that you have spent money when you knew you did not have it, let it go, throw it into the fire. Any times where you have spent money in order to feel good, that shopping therapy, forgive yourself, release, throw it into the fire. Release any shame, any guilt. Turning your awareness now to the greater structures and systems and financial institutions, and allowing ourselves to be that conduit for healing for the greater collective of humanity. And throwing into this fire, allowing it to consume, to transform, to transmute any misuse of money or power over money, greed, any of these financial structures or systems that no longer serve the collective good of all of humanity. Allow the old way to be consumed and transmuted, and breathe and open our heart to be shown a new way, to be shown a new way in our own hearts, in our own world, in our own relationship with money, in our own communities, and in our own financial systems. Letting go, and breathing. And again, opening your eyes. So this type of practice is something that you can bring into your life. It's not necessarily a one-time thing, but what are some practices to acknowledge, to first, as we always say, notice where we are judging ourselves or others. Notice those moments where lack comes up. Notice anything that just feels unsettling around money or finances. Be willing to release it, to allow it to be transformed into an opportunity to see something new. And then turning our awareness to the abundant nature of life and to allow something greater to be revealed. So forgiveness is that sacred act that allows us to experience the abundant nature of the universe and all the good that it has to offer, because forgiveness comes from love. And as Marianne Williamson wisely said, the practice of forgiveness is our most important contribution to the healing of the world. So forgiveness is not only a gift that we give ourselves, it is a gift that when we then offer the world, there is a ripple effect of healing and unity. So let us now soften our grip, open our hearts, and allow the healing power of love to move through us and to transform and transmute all guilt and shame and lack, and allow love to be known, possibility to be known, abundance to be known, infinite potential to be realized through us. And then take the action that we are inspired and guided to take to move forward from this place of awareness of pure abundance, of peace, of love, always letting love lead the way. For truly, forgiveness is a gift that we give ourselves and the world. So what's forgiveness got to do with it? Everything. Everything. Let us take that into prayer. So just beginning with the breath, noticing what is present right here, right now, allowing our bodies to be that messenger for where perhaps there is tension. What is our body telling us now? Where are the places and the spaces, the relationships, the things that are calling us towards seeing in a new light? Where are we being guided to shine the light of love and grace and compassion where we have before known fear and lack and doubt? Because what I know right here, right now, is there is one infinite presence, one power for good in the universe that is love, that is peace, that is wholeness, that is freedom. This infinite source of life, that which I call God, spirit, universe, life, the very cosmic isness of nature itself. Recognizing that this energy that is moving in as and through us is always an infinite expanding nature. It is always love. It is love and only love. And therefore, I know that love is who I am. Freedom is who I am. Peace is who I am. And as I know this to be true for myself, I know this must be true for each and every person hearing the sound of my voice right here, right now, for all beloved beings. We are love. We live in this field of oneness, of pure potentiality. And so we get to choose this day to remember that we are love and to allow the healing power of love to transform, to transmute, to dissolve any old ways of being, any old patterns or beliefs or thoughts and lack or limitation or doubt. We allow to fall away back to the nothingness from which they came. Stepping into the fullness and the wholeness of the truth of who we are. Opening our hearts to know love, to be love in all areas of our life. Opening to seeing and acknowledging the flow of good that is always there, that is ready to rain upon us now. As creativity and flow and vibrant health. This flow of good that is raining upon us now, always available for us to say yes to it and to open to receive this good. Knowing that truly freedom is our birthright, for it is the very essence of life itself. So we are here, we are free to be, to express in this unique form, in this unique body temple, in this unique personality that we have incarnated in right here, right now, to be, to remember, to see, to allow love to reverberate and to claim right here, right now, that we are taking a stand for love, we are taking a stand for peace, and we are taking a stand for abundance for all. And I am so grateful. So grateful to recognize and to know that this word is complete, never void. It is complete. So with great gratitude for the fulfillment of this prayer, I release it into the action of the law that always says, yes, 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 my beloved. It is done. It is so. And so together we claim, and so it is. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Blessed always, for the arms of God surround us. Let our joy be so triumphant that we rest in God and say amen. Blessed always, for the arms of God surround us. Let our joy be so triumphant that we rest in God and say amen. Let our joy be so triumphant that we rest in God and say amen. Rest in God and say amen.
Yes. So I invite you now to turn to someone and to say, I am willing to forgive myself. And add as many willings as you need to be authentic. I am willing to be willing to be willing to forgive myself. Yes. Mm-hmm. Ah, yes, that's where it starts. Whew, that's the work right there, y'all. All right, so we are in Rocktober, so a few extra fun things. We have been passing out these envelopes all week. Raise your hand if you haven't, or all month, received one yet. We have a few more the core council can bring to you. Yes, they need some here. And I'm going to go through quickly what's in here. Those of you who have been here know that you received your gratitude card filled with affirmations, and that this is something you could put somewhere on your mirror, around the kitchen, on your fridge. Work with your affirmations every day. This is a support for your abundance practice. We also have what's called My Treatment for Prosperity. Treatment here is another word for affirmative prayer, and you can use this prayer. We are all working as a community with saying this together, which then adds to the energy field of our own prosperity and the prosperity of our community. And it's not too late. We still have another week or so. If you want to get in this fun game of unexpected income, write your prayer request on this card. Place it in the prayer box there. That looks like a treasure box. And myself and the practitioners are praying for you, holding this idea of prosperity and abundance in all areas of your life. And what we ask is that any extra flow that comes back to you above and beyond your kind of expected income, that you tithe 10%, that means giving 10% back here to Ahava. It's a fun way to begin to build that muscle of giving and receiving, right? And what I want to talk about, the last little card in here, is our annual commitment to give. So this is our pledge campaign. And I want to also, with this, just give a little bit of an update. I know I've been sharing kind of quarterly financial updates. And this last month, as I shared, our inflow has been much less than expected or budgeted. And therefore, as our budgeted expenses continue to remain the same, we are now, as of our last financial report, about $12,000 in the red? Yeah. So we started the year with no savings. It is something that we really have to start looking at and having some honest conversations around. And what we know is that we are fully sourced. We are asking, we are always open to vision, asking, okay, Spirit, we are in the flow. What is to be known here now, right? And so we are all doing our work in prosperity this month, knowing that as we all prosper and we all practice giving and receiving, this community can continue to prosper. I say that now also to say that we are going to be looking at these very carefully as we are in the process of creating next year's budget. So we need to, if we need to right size in some way, we can. We have currently had 16 people, 16 pledges, some may be couples, completed, and for a total of $42,860. Our goal, rather, what our current budget is, and loving to be able to keep it around that, would be $126,000 in contributions. So we're a little ways off, but that's only 16 pledges. We ask you to turn them in by next Sunday. There's another week, and as I know, most people wait till the last moment, yes? So if you're already giving, and I know you are, because there's over, I was looking this week, like we have over 50, people that regularly give, and we've had over 100 people give at one time or another just this year. So I know people are in the flow of giving. If you are one of our regular givers and or plan to be next year, please fill out this card, because we are really going to be looking at that to create our budget and making some decisions here. So it is important. It's not just like, do I really have to? I already give. It's really important. Please fill that out. And even if you are online and not in the room, there is a form that has an electronic version of the form that we put in the e-newsletter. I sent out a couple emails. We'll send out more emails this week. We'll post it everywhere, so we will make it really easy for you to be able to make that pledge this year and help us to get up towards our goal. With that, every week this month. We also are getting to hear from some of our beloved community members. So I'm going to invite Seneca to come up now and share with us a little bit about why he chooses to give to this community. So if you want to just grab that mic.
Hello, can you hear me? Yes. Good morning, love and peace. Hi, I'm Seneca. Most people know me. If not, hey, hi again. At first, when I got to Ahava, I wasn't like a giver like that. I was here doing the stuff, right? In everything, asking questions. Louise can tell you, I was in classes, doing all the stuff. Then this prosperity thing started coming up. And I started to ask more questions like, why? All these people are here, all this stuff's here, why me? Then I got the lesson that it's not just about the money. It's about where you truly pour from, right here, your heart. In the world of metaphysics and tarot, we call this the cup. You can't pour from something that's empty. Right? Mm-hmm. So my personal life began with exercises in that, pouring more from here, seeing what would happen. Even in times when I didn't have it, it was already okay because I came from my place of truth. Right? This one place that we all share, is one place that we all have, is one place that's open to everyone, right here. Mm-hmm. And it comes at the times when we don't know it in other places in our lives. Right? So why not? Why not look back at the times when you were here? That great conversation, that question that was answered, that book over there, that piece of artwork, that song that you heard. Yeah. Why not pour back into a place that's different? Because I don't know if this is the same way for everyone else. This was something very different than what I had. So grateful to find a place like this. And it just, like I said, it echoed in other places in my life. You know, I gave here more of myself with no worry. Then I started noticing, oh, it was a little easier. I didn't have to worry about that. That's a couple bucks here. That's a couple bucks there. That's another person I brought in that had something else. Mm-hmm. That's where we give from. It's not just a financial thing. Let that go. Don't worry about that. Let that little, that knot that just came in your stomach, breathe it on out. It's okay. It's okay. It's a little nervousness. It's all right. Mm-hmm. We'll all get there. We all get over it. Okay. Do it freely. It's a great place. Thank you.
Thank you, Seneca. Yes. Yes, and Seneca is such a great testimony for being the love out in the community and being such an ambassador for our community. The number of people I say, how'd you find out about us? Oh, Seneca told me, right? That is another way of giving to this community because you are sharing, because you can't help it, right? Because people start asking, like, what's going on with your life? You can't help but share it, right? So that's another flow and a way to give. And I love your point too, right? We don't give from a place of guilt or shame. So I want you to really feel in order to be filled, feel the love and the energy and all the goodness that this community has given to you, and imagine how we want that to extend to others, for those who are first finding it, so that we can be this place for others, to continue to be this place for others to find us. All right, so we are going to move into our time of giving now, where we pass the basket around the room. And there's also in the basket affirmation cards. That is our gift to you. One basket has that. And there, if you need an envelope to write, if you're giving cash, this is a practice I want to start inviting us to move into, identifying our giving. So when we are able to track when you give your pledge and let you know you've given this much, you've given this month. It's important if you give cash to write on an envelope your name, and that helps us as well. So we have all of that for you. Ask the core council who are passing the basket if you need an envelope or a pen. If you didn't get an affirmation, they'll help you with that. And if you are online, you can also give by going to our website, clicking that Give tab, or texting the word GIVE to 859-209-6996. All right, so let us now affirm together divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I have. all that I give, and all that I receive. I joyously contribute to the vision of Ahava, knowing it returns to me multiplied abundantly. And so it is.
Gratitude before me, gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude above me, gratitude below me, gratitude within me, gratitude all around me. I'm so grateful. 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 Grateful.
So, a few fun things happening. Today we are having our prosperity class after service from 12:30 until 2. Is that what we do, I think? Yes. And even if you have not participated so far, you can show up today if you are interested in doing some more forgiveness work. We're going to be doing some deep dives and some exercises and partner work on forgiveness. So show up today, even if you haven't before, if you want to experience that. Friday night, Lisa's play. You want to be here, you want to tell your friends, yes. Lisa's going to be in the community room afterwards if you want to go ahead and get your tickets with cash or check, or we have the little QR code and ways that you can get it online. We will be selling tickets at the door, but it is extremely helpful to get an idea of how many are coming in advance and not make it such a clog at the door. So if you know you're coming, you can go ahead and get your tickets today. If you would like to support the play and can't come, but maybe want to buy a ticket for someone else who would like to be there who can't afford a ticket, that is also an option, and we will help you with that. This is fun, y'all. Guess what? We have a workshop coming up November 4th, which is actually not too far away when you think about it. I'm like, that's November. Oh, wait, that's like 2 weeks or something. So, Art as a Spiritual Practice, a guided paint and collage experience with Chicago artist Reverend Linda Jackson. It is going to be after service, 12:30 to 3:30, and we are asking for $35. That includes all supplies. Again, don't let money be an obstacle. We can work something out. And this workshop I shared a little bit about when I was on retreat at Asilomar. She led this workshop, and it's incredible, and I never even knew I liked painting, and it was so fun to be in that flow. So, artist, not an artist, no experience required, come together, deep spiritual practice through painting and art. And another thing, our Queering Spirituality group is coming back. We are kicking off in the fall, and what's changed is it is now not just for teens and young adults, but for young adults up to 40-ish. Those of us in our 40s, this is an opportunity to call yourself a young adult. So if you are interested in that, this is our space for LGBT community to explore the intersections of gender and sexuality and spirituality. November 9th, here at Ahava is our kickoff. We're going to be exploring what we want to do as a group and how we see that evolving. Another way that has actually been very fruitful and successful that we are continuing to expand our abundance is through renting this space during the week when we're not using it. So there's some lovely flyers out here as well. If you want to take a look at that or know someone that may want to look at renting in space, and we have very affordable rates, compared to other businesses that kind of do that professionally. We love to have people in our space. Brings new energy. Each of these rentals so far, there has been one person that has come to me afterwards. What is this place? I'm interested. Tell me more. So it's a win-win-win-win, yes? Check out our website as well in the newsletter for our number of ongoing events, including our grief support, Way of Mastery study group, and our meditation and metaphysical discussion. So now back to the music team.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Money is coming to me easily and effortlessly. Money is coming to me. Money is coming to me easily and effortlessly. Money is coming to me. Money is coming to me easily and effortlessly. Money is coming to me. Money is coming to me easily and effortlessly. Money is coming to me. Every time I open my heart, I receive all that I need. Knowing that Spirit is my source, I relax and let it flow. I know that money is coming to me easily and effortlessly. Money is coming to me. Money is coming to me easily and effortlessly. Money is coming to me. Money is coming to me easily and effortlessly. Money is coming to me. Money is coming to me easily and effortlessly. Money is coming to me. And I have all I need. It's all inside of me. I just ask and let go and let Spirit direct the flow. Don't you know that money is coming to me easily and effortlessly? Money is coming to me. Money is coming to me easily and effortlessly. Money is coming to me. Money is coming to me easily and effortlessly. Money is coming to me. Money is coming to me easily and effortlessly. Money is coming to me. Money is coming to me easily and effortlessly. Money is coming to me. Money is coming to me easily and effortlessly. Money is coming to me. Money is coming to me easily and effortlessly. Money is coming to me. Money is coming to me easily and effortlessly. Money is coming to me. Money is coming to me easily and effortlessly. Money is coming to me. We love you. You're a shining star. Wonderful. Just the way you are. We celebrate your sacred face. We love you just the way you are.
Just the way you are.
We love you just the way you are. We do.
Hi, everybody. We did a little Johnny Appleseed lesson today, hence the hat. Nuri, would you please share the affirmation?
I spread seeds of kindness.
I spread seeds of kindness. And we have a little Johnny Appleseed short song we want to share with you, too.
Oh, the world is good to me, and so I thank the world for giving me the things I need, the sun and the rain and the apple seed. The world is good to me. One more time.
Oh, the world is good to me, and so I thank the world
For giving me the things I need, the sun and the rain and the apple seed. The world is good to me.
Let's take a bow.
Take a bow, yes. Beautiful.
So as they go back to the room, I just want to remind you, no pressure. It's just whatever. We made the bags with all generous donations from community members. And in the bags, I mean goodie bags for Halloween that have like a toy, candy, chocolate, an affirmation, a Rice Krispie treat. Like they're loaded because you guys were very generous. And they're just for donation for the kids' pizza party that they want to have. So you could give them to your trick-or-treaters or your grandkids or your neighbors or whoever. And it's just sitting out in the other room. So thank you so much.
Yes. Thank you, youth. And also this Saturday at 4 is the Trunk or Treat event that the Imperial Court is hosting here. Always is just doing her thing, and we just appreciate her authentic way of being, right? Love it. So this Saturday, Trunk or Treat, invite your friends and families, folks with kids. The Imperial Court of Kentucky is hosting it. There's going to be a number of businesses. We'll be giving away some of our goodie bags we created as well. Prism of the Clown will be there doing balloons. There's going to be face painting, and followed by a drag show, which I noticed is featuring one of our community members that we have not seen perform yet, and that's all I'm going to say. It's not me this time. And you want to be here then. So even if you don't have a kid, come on, have the fun. It's 4 o'clock, trunk or treat, 5 o'clock, drag show. That's Saturday as well. Okay, y'all. Oh, and I just want to say we started our Ahava 101 class this week, 16 people. That is amazing. So a number of folks, I see you, I know you now, 3 people online that have been watching and are interested. So even though you may look around the room and not see as many folks, people are finding us online. So I see you there. Thanks for joining us. All right. A reminder that we have our practitioners available to pray with you, get some support if you want in-person prayer today. Louise Talon is here. You can also put your prayer box in the prayer box there, prayer request, and online. And find out more about individual practitioner sessions, coaching sessions, pick up the cards. Well, that's our beautiful, abundant thing there, but their cards are next to it on the prayer box. And put your pledge cards in the envelope in the beautiful basket on our altar today. So let us stand now. Stand if you are able and repeat after me. Something wonderful is happening to me right now. It's this thing called life. Life is in my mind. Life is in my body. Life is in forgiveness. I accept it. I am it. I share it. Just the way it appears. And just the way it appears not. Thank you, life.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Let me live in a holy, holy way.
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 Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way.
Let me live in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way.
Let me love 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 in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
We want to thank everyone for coming out today in person and those of you online as well. It's always more fun when we're face to face, so next week we'd like to see more of you in person. You can wear your robe, you can wear your slippers, just be sure to close your zippers. Let me live in a holy, holy way.
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 Let me love in a holy, holy way.
Let me love